Hello once again, my friends. I am Mark, and today I'm really excited to bring you the QK65. This is a 65% full aluminum case board by QWERTY Keys. I already had it unzipped because I've already taken a look at it. I've got the black on black color, and it's I wanted the chroma, but you know what? It's fine. Who's gonna look at the bottom anyway? I got a POM plate, and you can see the PCB. There's a lot of flex cuts on the PCB. It also comes with this really nice layer of pour-on foam, as well as a silicone insert down at the bottom there. The silicone insert is like really freaking nice. I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to do it with silicone, but I was just like, you know what, it's there. I don't want to put the silicone somewhere. Now we just take apart the case. There are hex screws on the top and bottom parts of the case. The top ones are actually too deep for the wow stick to reach, so I had to use the included hex screw with it in order to take off the back plate. But there's two back plates. One of them is an extremely thick piece of aluminum, and the other is a thinner inner case piece. It does give the board a really nice sound though, so I definitely can't complain about that. So next, I did most of it off screen because it's not very interesting to cut pour-on foam like this, but I cut out the little sections for the stabilizers. You can kind of use them as like the stab pads, but I don't like the feel that they create. I really prefer the natural sound of when the stab hits the PCB, so I chose to do that. You also have to cut the little section off for the space bar, but after that I just lined up the foam just to make sure everything looked fine and good. I've never actually used pour-on foam before, but I was kind of excited because I know that it can create a really interesting kind of poppy sound, so I guess we'll see. And next, this is me just kind of finishing up putting the switches on the PCB. It's never a fun process to do this on a gasket mount, just because without standoffs it can get a little bit harrowing sometimes, but as long as you do the corners first and be sure not to bend the switches, it will work out just fine. This does recommend that you hold the hot swap sockets on the back, so I would highly recommend doing that just because you don't want them to pop out unless you have the soldering equipment to fix it. And now we're pretty much done, just the gasket socks, and then I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward straight to the sound test. Kind of a short and sweet video, but I didn't record a whole heck of a lot because the actual build is relatively straightforward. I really like this board. Honestly, this might be one of my favorites all the way since my my D84. So I mean, I really enjoy typing on this thing. I don't know if I mentioned, but the keycaps are the Akko PBT or double shot PBT neon, which are a GMK ripoff, obviously, but they are really good quality, and for like $60, I mean, come on, dude, like that's a steal. Double shot PBT is kind of hard to come by too, but anyway, the actual board itself, really good. The only problem I had with it was one of the stabs was a little bit ticky on the left side. I took a while to try and fix it, but eventually I did. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate if you did, and if you enjoyed, please hit the like button. That would be cool. It is kind of a shorter video, but I just wanted to show off the keyboard. I'm very happy with this keyboard. Anyway, thank you guys, and I will see you next time.